Okay, subtitles do work. Perfect. Hello, everybody. Oh, I forgot to turn on the music. Oh, wait a second. This is the wrong model for an art stream. 1 second, not the big boss. Also, hello, and thank you for grabbing. There we go. And, of course, we're getting our little boy. Come on. Perfect. Now we make sure that we're centered. Bring the microphone a little bit closer. And there we go. We're ready to start streaming. Streaming and or screaming, whatever it might end up being. Thank you, subtitles.
Here comes the boy.
Oh, snap. Not the big boss. Thank you so much for the resub of 2 months already. Dang, dude. Hey, Pom Pom Girl. How's it going? Come on. I have no idea where I'm at in terms of the status of this art. Pardon me for a second there. I kind of doodled it the other day and was just like, yeah, I'm going to do art. Which I think was on Tuesday. And then Tuesday did not happen because I was just... blech. And yeah, not the big boss. I figured, heck it, I'll try and draw something of myself. Kaiju seems to have a lot of fun with that, so... I figured I would also give it a try. You know, see what kind of madness we can come up with here. Not sure how it's gonna go, but we're gonna give it a try if nothing else. But how are you guys doing today? What is up? What is the haps, as it were? I'm gonna probably do the next one in a little bit of a blue so that I can see it better. Well, on a completely different layer, of course. Okay. And my microphone seems to be at a reasonable level this time. I think my microphone was a little bit loud last stream because I was playing around with some filters and I believe had actually put the gain a little bit higher than I should have. So, from what I could hear on the VOD, I was a little bit louder than I could have been. So, just got back from the thrift store, getting some denim pants I can destroy to fix my favorite pair of pants. Then got some poutine. Hell yeah, not the big boss. There's an adventure. That's a date night right there. A self-date night. Now the big question is, what kind of poutine did you get? Just a regular old, you know, whatever you're feeling, like, you know, just a classic, or did you get something specialized? Lonely Wolf, don't say that. Come on. There is nothing wrong with taking yourself out on a date. That should be more normalized as far as I'm concerned. Or maybe that's coming from somebody who is too not a particularly out there with people kind of person. So maybe I'm being unreasonable in that sense. Just got the classic poutine. Nice. Brain has question and is forgetting question. There's going to be a lot of this today. I had slightly broken sleep last night. I'm drinking something that I probably shouldn't be drinking, so I'm going to be a little bit... Spencer, how's it going? I still have to, as soon as I see your name, I have like a weird... For me, my brain has a thing where it's almost like a program language, you know, where it needs to be like, notice name, process name, say name. But it's one of these weird where it's just like, it's like, if you see Spectre, double check. So just like, Spectre, nope, you know that's wrong. Read it again. It's like, okay, it's Spencer. By the way, Spencer, how's your new job going, by the way? I said by the way twice. Ignore the fact that I said it twice. Basically, resting up for the next couple of days since I got invited to climb up. Get him. Ooh, I don't quite know how to read that park's name, but I presume it's probably very hilly then, since you're referencing to climbing specifically. Gatineau Park. Well, I hope you have fun. I hope you don't get hurt. Cause if you do, I'll be mad. I'll be this mad. I'll literally the whole stream. If I learn that you get hurt, it's just gonna be this on Tuesday. Just And I'll wear a little badge that says I am upset with not the big boss. Also, 13 kilometers uphill. Goddamn. That is definitely a heck of a trip. Hey, Raton, how's it going? Yeah, we'll set that up. Why not? I'm good. I'm glad to hear it. How am I? I'm doing all right. Went to bed probably too late. Woke up like an hour before stream. Was just like, this is not enough time to wake up. But to heck with it. We're doing it. Did the old, like give yourself a couple slaps in the face and just went, let's go. Oh, BRB, gotta drive my brother to the mechanic. Yeah, sure thing, not the big boss. Safe trip. I need more sleep. I did technically get 7 hours. Out of town job for now, but I'm working with a good guy that knows what he's doing. Heck yeah. Glad to hear that, Spencer. It's always nice when you get access to a job where, like, the guy who's above you is a reasonable person who's competent. Especially if you're in a situation for a long time when the people above you are not competent and you're just like, is this what it's like? Is this what it's like for people to actually be good? Also, new model? Yeah, kind of, Ratana. It's a work in progress, but it's a work in progress that hasn't gotten a lot of attention in a while, which it still needs to, which I gotta get on that, but work in progress. It'll get there eventually. But thank you for noticing, though. Very appreciated. I need to reattach the headset, though, because the headset is attached to, I believe I attached it to the neck, and it makes it move around too much. It should be attached to the collarbone. But I'll have to fix that at some point because it's been a long while since it's been so long since I've done that I don't even remember if I have the file still of it. So there might be some playing around later. Should probably actually start drawing some lines on this thing. You know? Yeah. Hard not to notice the old one was blue. Correct. It's still around. I use it fairly frequently, but I use this one whenever I do art because like the headphones make more sense because I'm usually listening to music. I have the little, if you can see it in the corner there, I have the drawing tablet pen behind my ear. Just a little bit more thematic, as it were. I don't know how much art I'm actually going to get done today. You know, that's a whole other story. But, you know. One thing at a time. That's a cool detail. Well, thank you. That's appreciated. Like I said, this model's not done yet. Still has some work to be done. Hey, Stitches, how's it going? Hello, hello. How are you doing? But hopefully someday I'll get the darn thing done. Rotana, you might be thinking of Captain Stitches, potentially? Who's also an Australian VTuber? I don't know if you've ever seen any of his streams, but I'm getting hyper-focused on a line that doesn't matter. It already begins. Name Stitches in your chat before. It was probably Captain Stitches then, if I were to take a guess. He pops in here like once in a blue moon, just to give me some sass, and then he disappears again. Doing good, how about you? I'm doing alright. Rotana, I wish I was joking, but that's basically our relationship. He pops into my chat, makes the commentary equivalent of like, you're a silly boy, and then he's just like, alright, I gotta go buy it. It's like, thanks Stitches. Or thanks Captain Stitches specifically. Whereas Stitches over here, currently in chat, he just likes to throw pillows at me. So it's a different but equally aggressive situation. But yeah, you forgot about that? Dang it, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm gonna have pillows thrown at me all stream. Yeah, that's what I thought. And now the sound should be going through unless I didn't do it on this one. Oh, it looks like it's going through. Oh god, now Scrum Dog is in on it too? And Stitches is jamming to this? And 4D Callie's joining in too? Callie, I thought we were friends. and you come in here and betray me. And Avatar 2. Everyone is turning against me. I can't believe this has happened. I see pillow, I throw pillow. Scrum Dog, I can't even read what that said. Et tu brute? Or would that be et tu brute? And Callie, aren't you supposed to be like a diplomat, like a, how to say it, like a diplomatic robot? What does pillow throwing have anything to do with diplomacy? Unless this is one of those just like aggressive negotiation. Oh shit, that was really good, thank you. I was gonna say, like, you know, like, I diplomacy hard, I play hard, you know? Like, diplomatic functions have ceased. Now is time for fun. Fun protocols activated, proceeding to toss pillow. So I think my gain is still a little bit too high on my microphone. I'm gonna really quickly reduce that just a little bit more. There we go, that should be a little bit better. I feel like I'm getting a little bit loud. Wow, Avatar, you even dab on me. I'm not even gonna be able to get this art done because I'm gonna be too... I'm gonna be too, like, emotionally damaged from all this, psychological warfare that's happening at the moment. Not to mention, like, the, 6 black eyes I'm gonna have because of all these pillow attacks. Exactly. I will finally be able to quote VG Cats properly. I'll be able to just, like, lift up my shirt and show all the bruises and scream, "My body is a roadmap of pain!" But speaking of which, you know, to counter cruelty with kindness for a second. Shoutouts to the 2 VTuber nerds in chat right now, unless I'm missing somebody. I am missing somebody. How dare I? There we go. Shame on me. I'm sorry, Ratana. You even have the frickin'... You even have the VT in your frickin' name, and for a second I'm just like, I think I got everybody. And then it's just like, I didn't, because I'm a silly, silly boy. What? Yes, I do, Ratana. Why wouldn't I? Baka! And you're welcome, Callie. All 3 of you bring something different to the table, so... It seems reasonable to give shoutouts. Like, Callie, I genuinely still, like, fondly remember the stream where you actually took all the MBTI data that you got from people and, like, actually kind of broke it down a little bit into, like, categories and, like, how it all kind of, how to say it, like, the highs and the lows and the, like, the mediums and what we can kind of, like, get out of that potentially. Like, still very fondly remember that stream. This sounds complicated. Well, Callie's a super smart boy, so. Not Kelly. Callie. Callie. Close enough. Sorry, Callie. My subtitles are not as sophisticated. Oh, and now it just types your name properly. Personality analysis. That was pretty fun. Yeah, it was neat. Like, it wasn't a super long stream, but it didn't have to be. It was, here are my findings in a PowerPoint presentation. What can we extrapolate from this? Heavy speculation. Oh, and thank you, Rotana. Yeah, I think it was a week ago, I saw somebody else had it. I was just like, oh, I want to figure out how to do that. So they mentioned what it was. And then I had crazy insomnia that night. So I was just like, fuck it. So just for 2 hours from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., I just like fidgeted around with it and tried to make it work. And bam, I got it to work. I even managed to get the color out of the background because for the most part, it has a black box background behind every letter, which I hated. I hated the way it looked. So I just troubleshot the background out in like a very crude but like functional way. You know, like one of those, like, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Like that kind of attitude where it's just like, you know what? It works. I don't know if I could ever replicate this, but it works, so I'm not going to touch it. And I mean, a couple of people are using it now too with just the black background. I just wanted a specific box on my screen that had like subtitles, you know, rather than the letters just like appearing randomly on the screen with no border to them. You could have tried chroma key. That's exactly what I did. I ended up making it that the boxes would turn blue, and then I chroma keyed out blue. Because if you do it with black, my OBS at least did not like that. It would fight me tooth and nail. But there you go, Ratana. You already know what you're doing. Nice. I do not. No, I don't. Well, you clearly figured it out. It took me almost 2 hours to get to that point. Where I'm just like, ah, crap, how the frick am I supposed to set this up and that up, etc.? I just happened to do something with chroma this morning. Well, you still now know how to do the chroma key. So you have that knowledge now. You might potentially forget it at one point for a little bit, but there will come a point where you're going to be like, oh, wait a second. I got to use chroma key for this. Like, I can make my life so much easier with this. And bam, you just saved yourself like 20, 30 minutes. Oh, yes, you will forget. Well, one way that you could potentially remember it is just like use it a couple of times. Like literally just be like, write yourself a note that's just like, you know, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, do something with chroma key, even if it's the simplest thing. Like literally like take a PNG, make sure that like there's a drawing on it and the background is like, I don't know, like a cyan. And then put it into OBS or whatever system you're using to stream and chroma out the background of the PNG and just like do it a couple times. It'll make it stick in your head a little bit more. Repeat the task 16 times. You will remember. I'm telling you. The reason that it works, and maybe Callie will know this better than I do, but I believe it's if you do it enough, your brain will create neural pathways for that task. Like it will build it and then reinforce them because you're doing the task. So it's actually like strengthening your brain's awareness of that thing. Another way to help yourself remember it is to teach it to someone else. That's another thing that I always thought was interesting. Like one way to remember things is to teach it to other people. Like if there's a bit of information that you want to try and remember, like go to a friend and be like, hey, can I talk to you about this for a second? Can I teach you something? Like just so that I can remember it. And I think most friends, as long as they have some time on their hands, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, as long as it's not like, you know, like an hour. The one thing I hear about how to do something and another thing. But how to do something and another thing to actually do it. I'm a fan of the teaching method too, very helpful. I agree, yeah. It's one of the reasons why I can like remember certain like weird little history facts. Because I would just be like, you know, like I would read about it, I would double check it and be like, oh, that's exciting, and then tell people who I thought might find it interesting. That's why they made us write book reports. Avatar, no, don't do this to me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know that that's the reason they did it. Or actually, if I was younger and I had known that was the reason, I might have taken book reports more seriously. Oh, tell me a cool history fact. One of the coolest history facts that I remember that I just think is so frickin' fun. Like, fun in the sense of just how silly it is. One of the weirdest battles near the end of World War II was the forces of the two sides consisted of one side being German and the other side being British, German, French, and something else, and I can't remember exactly what it is. And it was a very small battle. On one side, it was, you know, like the SS, the German Secret Service. And on the other side, I'll get to that in a second, Avatar. And on the other side, it was a bunch of British troops who had a bunch of Germans captive, as well as, oh, I think it was Polish as well as a couple of Polish prisoners. I'm not 100% sure on the Polish, but I'm pretty sure it was Polish, and a French tennis player that they had rescued from a prison. And when the SS started attacking them, the German prisoners were like, well, shit, it's the SS. You know, we've been captured. We'll be executed for the fact that we've been captured. So they took up arms, you know, against their own countrymen for the sake of their lives. And it's just like this super weird little battle with like relatively small troops, but just like, I don't know. It's just one of those things I'll never forget because it's just so ridiculous. It's just like, this was this weird little battle of Germans versus British, Germans, a French tennis guy. I bet the tennis player hit the grenades back with his racket. That's really good, Netman. That's really, really good. Also, hey, Netman, how's it going? Oh, goodness. And Avatar, I'm so weary about giving a cool history, like a cool fake history fact, because there's a chance, no matter what I say, that it's part of a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a chance that I can be like, did you know that Mussolini was actually secretly, like, one of the allies, but his actual, like, council had constantly, like, pushed him to, like, join the Axis, and that's why he was actually there. He was eventually killed for trying to finally turn Italy over to the Allies. And, somebody out there is just like, oh, he's fucking talking my language, That's exactly what happened. Mussolini wasn't a, like, a crazy tyrant, like, fascist dictator. No. He was trying to save Italy. Start a new conspiracy theory. It's just, like, it's got somebody, it's just like, it's that shadow government thing, you know what I mean? Like, Mussolini was going to join the Allies, but, like, the Italian Illuminati, the Pastalami, had incriminating pictures of him and hung them over his head. And finally, near the end of the war, he's just like, I don't care anymore. Post the pictures. Show him. I don't care. And then they were just like, he doesn't care anymore. Get rid of him. Throw him to the people. There you go. There's a fake cool fact about history. Mussolini did nothing wrong. Next, you're going to tell me birds aren't spy drones from the military. Look, we all already know, Netman, that the reason that birds like to perch on power lines is so that they can recharge. We all know that already. That's just one of those, like, no one talks about it, but everyone knows. And also, I'm pretty sure that some of those birds are being controlled by Cali. I don't want to make assumptions. But, any good diplomat knows that having, information before you step into a meeting is a very valuable card to have in your deck. You thought they were saying hello? Oh, Ratana. Ah, so innocent, so naive. What? I would never spy at you. That sounds like something that a spy would say. I do, as bad as it is. Okay, I realize that this is basically turning into a just chat stream here. But as bad as it is, there is such a fascinating thing in like dictatorships where there is a and thank you for saying that I don't suck, by the way, 500 rats. But there's this odd fascinatingness when it comes to like a dictatorship where when the paranoia reaches a certain level, where it's just like everything that you say will be like Stalin, for instance, during most of his reign in the USSR. Where he just has that weird, you cut your beard, yesterday. Why did you do that? That kind of thing. Like, everything is something to overthink. Like, everybody is an enemy. There's no such thing as allies. There's only people who haven't turned on you yet. And that stuff is so fascinating to me because, that's usually around the time when the good times have stopped and it's a downward slope. Like, something bad has already happened. the nation that is being controlled by said dictator or by a ruler is starting to get into the decline. You know, like the population is starting to grow wise to certain things. And it's just fascinating just seeing Callie's thing right there. Just like, what? I would never spy on you. You know, like the response is that's something that a spy would say. Just makes me think of that. You know what I mean? Where, you know, like there's the meeting of like the council and the leader, and you know, the leader walks in and everybody's just kind of really jovial and casual, and then all of a sudden he just kind of like stands up and just like points a finger around the room, and it's just like, one of you here has betrayed me. And it doesn't even have to be that anybody betrayed him. He just wants to see who sweats first. Because the one who sweats first is the one who's probably going to leave that room in a body bag. Interesting to explore, and celebs can't have peace and power. Yeah, for sure. One of you is Judas, exactly. Are you a spy, buddy? Batman, how do you remember that? Netman, do you mind if I tell that story? Because I think people will enjoy it. If not, obviously I won't. I will definitely leave that to your discretion. But I'll still enjoy the heck out of it, though. Sorry. Will do style checks with a flamethrower. Exactly, Callie, but not in TF2. Okay. So with the permission, I'm going to try and hope that I say the story right. So if I get some details wrong, Netman, like, please call me out. But have any of you guys here ever played, like, those social party games? Like Resistance or Secret Hitler or something along those lines, you know, where there's the, how to say it, there's the good guys, quote unquote, there's the bad guys, and there's like the objective to try and move pieces on the board to, you know, like either win or to win or to eliminate the bad guys, like that kind of a game. I'm trying to think of another game that would be like that. The only one that comes to mind is Resistance, because that's the one that we played. But yeah, essentially it's one of those interesting games where Pom Pom Girl, that's not a bad way to look at it, actually. Like Among Us might kind of be like that. Essentially, Resistance is, depending on the size of the group, a couple of people in the group are the bad guys, like they're the spy, they're the spies. And then, but the spies know who the other spies are. Everybody else doesn't know who's who. They don't know who the Resistance is, and they don't know who the spies are. And the whole point of the game is every round, you know, somebody has cards, and you have to play certain things in order to try and get, you know, like if you're the spies, you're trying to take out the Resistance one by one, or you're trying to move the pieces on the board forward in order to make it to the objective of winning. And it's a social game, right? So like you put a card down, this happens, and then you have to explain your reasoning as to why you do it. And the whole thing is very much like Pom Pom Girl said, like, you know, like it's like hitting the button. It's just like, all right, why is this happening? This, and this. Why is this person this? And it was a very fun game. But at one point, the three spies were myself, Netman, and another one of our friends. And it was one of those like game nights where there was drinking. And myself, Netman, and the other friend were like the drunkest of the group. Like we were very, very intoxicated. So, but we were all just chilling the heck out because we were drunk. whereas everybody else was like, you know, like just mildly buzzed. So like everybody else is super hyped up. Everybody's accusing everybody. And then just the three of us are just like happily just like, yeah, man, gotta get those spies. You know, like, it's just like very, very chill. And so like literally we're watching all of the resistance members who don't know that they're resistance, you know, that the others are resistance members, just yelling at each other like, well, maybe you're the spy because you put this card down last, you know, like last round. Hey, maybe you're the spy. And then finally our other buddy, like the other spy was just like, man, maybe Netman is the spy. And I was just like, I was sitting next to Netman, and just for some reason in my drunken state, I just put my hand on his stomach and just kind of rubbed his stomach and was just like, are you a spy, buddy? Hey Val, how's it going? You came in at a very interesting time. Unhinged, excuse me, we had so much fun. It was very, very funny. I don't recall, Netman, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we actually won just simply because we were just so chill that just nobody suspected us because I think the attitude was just like, they're drunk, what the heck can they do? Ah, fuck. It was such a good time. Like Netman said, like, college was a mixed bag, but, like, there was some very good moments in it. You're a video game boy, you always win, but I don't remember that much. I think we won. I think there was a point where it was, you know, some of the last cards were being put down. And if we could vote one more resistance person out, or like take out one more resistance person, we would have won. And like, I think it was one of our turns. So we dropped the card to take out a resistance member, and just as we put the card down, all of a sudden it dawned on the rest of the room like, oh my god, all of them were spies. Hey Blue, how's it going? How you doing, buddy? Sometimes I like having my viewer count up because I'll tell stories like that and then I'll just see like the viewer count go down by like 3 people, and it's just, it's just like, huh, all right. Guess that one didn't land. I saw it go up by 3 people. I think it just recovered again. I'm not sure what happened. I love your stories. I appreciate that. Larvatana, very much appreciated. My stories are very, very stupid. They were spies and didn't get called out. Yeah, exactly. Because the number one rule of being a spy is to blend in. And, like, nobody's gonna suspect the person who is, like, very, very intoxicated to be coherent enough to be useful, you know what I mean? You know, the person who's just like, man, oh, God, I'm just gonna lay on the floor for a bit, you know? I think, like, the floor and me need to be reacquainted. Why is it so nice to lay on a cold floor? You know, like, somebody talking like that, they're not the person who you think just like, that dude is keeping track of everything I'm saying. No. You're thinking, that dude probably needs a bucket later. And I sure as hell ain't gonna be a part of getting him that bucket. You're peachy, glad you got the investor. It was a good night. It was very fun. I think I even got to drink mostly for free. Because one of her friends who came to the party just happened to have a bunch of like, you know, like half bottles of a couple different liquors. And they're just like, yeah, I just kind of want to get rid of these. They're taking up space. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. Plus, like, this is a little bit off topic, but like, I like telling stories. Like, that's definitely just a thing that I enjoy doing. I like making people laugh. I like making people feel good. Like, feel good. I like entertaining people. Like, it's basically one of the big reasons why I wanted to start doing VTubing. Just like, you know, I've mentioned this before, but I like this space. I want the space that I've created to be a, you know, like the world is a shitty enough place. Here's a little space you can come in and just kind of enjoy yourself. You know, like chat with friends. You know, like here's some dumb stories, tell some dumb jokes. Just have that like hour or 3 of just being able to just not worry about shit for a bit, or at least like worry less about it. Be distracted, if you will. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with escapism, as long as you understand that at some point, you know, the stuff that's happening needs to be addressed. But sometimes, you know, putting it off a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, assuming that it's not super urgent. In some cases, it's even good, because you can have a day to, you know, get your perspective in order. Like, sometimes you'll think about something and you're super worried about it because it's the first time you're thinking about it, so, like, the anxiety brain kicks in and you're super processing shit and you're just like, holy fuck, you know, catastrophizing, end of the world, my life is over, and then you step away from it for, like, 3 hours and you come back and you're just like, you know, I don't think doing the dishes is actually that bad. I'm pretty sure I've made that joke before, but I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Okay, what the heck was I doing? Got dishwasher. So I have a dishwasher too, Ratana, and I have been in the apartment that I'm in for over a year, and I have not once used it. I'm not freaking out over it, but I am doing that. Taking a break from entrance. Portfolio drawing. Oh, that's right, you are portfolio drawing. Again, I hope for the best for that. Netman, I hope for the best. You use it maybe too much. If it's there, I don't think that there... As long as you're not, like, using it for, like, one dish, you know what I mean? Just, like, and one plate, and start. Like, as long as you're not doing that, I think you're fine. Oh, no. Ratana, please. At least fill it. Like, hand washing one dish won't kill you. I personally like doing the dishes, though. It lets me kind of just zen out, listen to a podcast. Nothing chills me out more than doing a sink full of dishes while listening to how JFK got assassinated. True crime. My favorite. Sometimes there were like 3 plates and just too lazy. Tisk tisk. Ratana, then just put them in the dishwasher and just leave them be. If they want us to do multiple dishes at a time, they should have called it a dishes washer. Nat man? That's brilliant. Nat man, that's it. You gotta patent that really fast. Make like a single dish dishwasher. And be like, this is the true dishwasher. It washes one dish for you. Or make it like, you know, like the checkout lines in like the store, you know, like 10 items or less. Make it the 10 items or less version of the dishwasher. Genius. Washes one dish, but call it a dishes washer just to confuse people. Not only is this thing wonderful to have in your house for when you only have 3 dishes in the entire place, it's also great to perform psychological warfare on anybody who visits. Oh, that's a nice dishwasher you got there. Dishes washer. Pardon? Ah, Christ. I'm just going to quickly finish my drink here. It is funny, though, that I am currently living up to the, Your head? No. Sure thing, Ratana. Thank you very much for stopping by. It was very fun having you here. I do like, though, that I am currently living up to the Kajimaju style of art stream, where you do 3 lines and then you talk for an hour. What's the point of an appliance if it doesn't have the psychological warfare? I mean, what the heck do you call those hammers that you're supposed to hit like steaks and like pork chops with? Like a meat tenderizer or something like that? That thing is a psychological warfare. That thing is like one madman's arm away from being like a mobile like Iron Maiden. Because it's literally just spikes. And also, hello, not the big boss. Welcome back. How was your little adventure bringing your brother to the mechanic? Also, isn't it a little bit late to bring? Huh, I don't know. An excellent strategy. One piece of art can last an entire stream. I mean, it's just one of those, like, how to say, it's very strange. Like, I'm a very introverted person, but I do like talking to people. I just don't like groups. Like IRL groups. Oh no. Not the big boss. Are you secretly a vampire hunter? Is that what we're learning about right now? Not the big boss is just going around with just the meat tenderizer, which is just literally just a bunch of tiny steaks. Oh, it's our mechanic. He is on call. Oh, damn. I'm not going to pry, but I'm fascinated. All I'm going to say is that I'm fascinated and I want to know more, but I will not ask more. Because I know that's not my place. I don't even have a car, but I think that's more, how to say it, like a choice to reduce expenses. I'm Dutch after all. I must remain as frugal as possible. It's part of the brand, you see. Oh god, do I actually need to grab? Dutch are not cheap? We're so cheap! At least a lot of my family members are very, very, like, on the... You know, like, my mom loves to do the, what do you call it? Like, the flyer scanning for sales at, like, the grocery store. They built a country under sea level. Well, I mean... Who does that? People who want cheap land so badly, they're willing to drain water out of an ocean to make that land a reality. They looked around and were like, huh, there's a lot of land around here that we would have to pay for. You know what's better than paying for land? Making our own! There's a reason they call it going Dutch on a date. Bam! Netman gets it. Maybe they built a country and then it sank. Are you suggesting, Avatar, that the Netherlands is Atlantis? Is that what you're suggesting? Scrum Dog, please. You're supposed to be doing other things right now. I'm suggesting that the Netherlands is... I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to say and I'm afraid to say it out loud in case I say it wrong. Numeror? 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 Now you're making me think of Numenera. Lunella! Hello! Oh, wow. That's an interesting translation there. Scrumby dog. I love the fact, though, that, like, I'll tell a story on stream, and then afterwards people show up, and I'm like, it's probably better that they weren't there so that they don't know the... you know, the dipshittery that I have come... Really? You're allowed to say that word, eh, program? Some of the dipshittery that I've done in my life. I love the fact that I get pillows thrown at me basically all the time. But then when someone pops into chat that's like a regular or a semi-regular, everybody has basically the equivalency of like a Happy Days moment where it's just like, hey, they're here. Which is definitely what I want to kind of cultivate here. I like that. I like seeing that. Makes me feel like the channel is doing what I'm hoping it wants. It's doing. What am I drawing? I'm trying very slowly to draw myself napping against a giant Benjamin Toast pillow. It's inspired specifically by... Do I still have it? Yes. It's specifically inspired by this tweet. The other day I saw it and I was like, oh, I could probably try and draw that. Unfortunately, chat is very chatty, so I'm just kind of like more chatting with chat than actually drawing. Yeah, Blue. I think it was Honey Goblin that drew it. Yeah, Honey Goblin does some really nice art. And unfortunately, I'm not much of an artist, but I'm doing my dangdest. Papa, tell us about the balloons. Excuse me? What balloons? Papa? Avatar? Explain yourself, please. I'm willing to tell you about the balloons, but I need to know what balloons you are talking about. I don't know why I'm adding this random little accent. I frickin' knew it. I knew that Netman would say it. I should have known. I should have known all along how this was gonna go. But no, I was naive. Just gonna add the hair really quickly just because this is just the quick snap the things into place and see what they all look like kind of attitude. I'm not gonna lie, Avatar. That freaking emote is so... That thing conveys the smugness so strongly that I don't think people have to even hover over it to know that that's the smug emote. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... You look at it and you're just like, oh, I'm so mad. To quote a stand-up comedian's line, just like, you don't even care if they're right. You just kind of go like, fuck you and your facts. It's your first and best. I like all your emotes so far, Avatar. Don't you dare start talking shit about your emotes. I will aggressively fight you as opposed to passively fight you. You know what I mean? The dancing emotes. Just nothing but emotes. Man, I am jealous of Killer Tofu's one, though. Like, his dance emote is so freaking good. For those of you who don't know who Killer Tofu is, I should probably just shout him out anyway. Because Tofu's a great guy. I don't get to see him in here very often, unfortunately, but... I hope I'm spelling this right. Nope, didn't spell it right. Dang it, 1 second. I don't want to spell it wrong. Oh, it's with another slash, isn't it? Hold on. I think it's Killer Tofu. Bam, there we go. That's Killer Tofu. Oh yeah, or you could just go through his actual his emote. But like Killer Tofu does like a lot of like ROM hack games and like really difficult stuff like that. He's a very he's a really good guy actually. So I applied to a position at the zoo. Go on. You have my full attention, Lunella. This is a saga that I now want to... Lunella, is this going to be the... Oh my god, how dare you! I was invested and you betrayed me! I'm gonna have to recover from this a little bit. Like, I was just murdered. But I don't know if I'll ever... I'm gonna have to change one of my sound redeems to the ba-dum-ts, just so that if somebody makes a joke like that, that people could just freaking spam that sound. Lunella, I was going to actually go on a big thing about like, oh my god, is this going to be your zoo arc? Where you're going to like actually become like part of like zoo staff, and you're going to be able to post like images and videos on your Twitter in order to like tell us more about like the stuff that you do. Be like super excited about it. I bet so many people would be hype about that. And no. You literally raised your hand out, you stretched your hand out for a shake, and then smacked me in the face with the other one. But also, very well done. You fucking got me. Oh boy, crocodile handling. Hey, my mom used to volunteer for the zoo. She cleaned out tiger pens on occasion. Dang. Apparently it was scary because if someone let the tigers out. For certain. As somebody who has dealt with a lot of farm animals in their life, there is some, like, I definitely have to... I've dealt with some dangerous situations. I've had to throw myself over some gates before to make sure that I didn't get trampled. I have, been stomped on, you know? I almost had my ribs broken once. That was fun. I've been trampled before, exactly, Avatar. The trample one. Okay. So, we'll just tell a little story here. I don't know if I've ever shared this before. It'll be a very short story, I assure you, and then we'll get back to this art thing. So my family was like dairy farming for a very long period of time, and we're full cycle. We were a full cycle dairy farm, so like from birth, you know, till death. Like that's how we raised them. You know, we bred, like we had a bull, we did artificial insemination, etc. Like we did all that stuff. And like, it was basically a thing for my dad to always try and help if there was a birth happening, because there's always a chance for complications, and we wanted to make sure that everything was safe, that we could help, you know, that the birth was as fast as possible, you know, in a healthy way, so that the cow would be safe, the calf would be safe, you know, everybody just comes out healthier in the end. So we had this device, which was like a long metal rod with a crank on it, and then the end of the rod had like this like kind of C shape that you could hook on the hips of the back of the cow. And what you would do is, when the first hooves would come, like the front hooves would come out for the calf, you would put these special ropes around it that were really thick so that they wouldn't do any damage to the calf, but they'd be strong enough to be able to hold should you put pressure on them. You would take those, you would hook them onto the crank, and you would basically kind of work with the mother to help bring the calf out. So like whenever she pushed, you know, you would crank a couple of you would kind of like pull it downwards a little bit to help the calf come out. And then when, you know, like she stopped pushing, you would crank it so that the ropes would stay taut. And you would just do that until the calf came out, and the calf would, you know, come out. We would always put a little bit of cold water in their ear, because we've had it a couple of times where like the calf came out, but it was not lucid. You could usually see it. Their eyes would be kind of milky. Also, apologies if I'm giving too much information to people who are not comfortable with this. I'm trying not to do any like, how to say it, like very like heavy you know, like gory details, so to speak, so I'm trying to keep it light. But, you know, like you could see like the eye was a little bit milky, so you'd put cold water in their ear, and it would basically be the equivalency. You know how in the morning you're not fully awake yet, you're very groggy, and then you splash cold water in your face and you're just like, duh, I'm awake. Basically that. Very similar concept. And they'd normally, you hit the cold water would hit their ear, they would shake their head, and it'd be just like, all right, you're you know, welcome to the world. You're in it now. You're fully awake. What's going on, Avatar? What's up? What you got? What you thinking? You gave them... and a cold one at that. But, he bullied them into the world. Not bullied, it was very much the first consciousness was a wet willy. I mean, you'll become conscious from that. But, to go back to the injury story, or to, I guess, to the injury, idea, sometimes the mother can be resistant to help. Like, some moms just don't want you to help, or they get nervous because you have to be in the pen with them, and the pen that we put the moms in are usually kind of small so that we can, you know, guide them more easily. You know, so that, excuse me, guide them, how to say it, so you can guide them more easily. You can get, the confinement is there specifically so that both we and her are safe, to the best of our abilities. But one time we had a mom that just like was like, you know, had her head over by the opening gate and would just keep her head there, but like she would keep shifting her like back legs left and right. So like we were trying to, like, she would keep pulling that steel rod to the left and then to the right and then to the left. And at one point she shifted really hard and swung it out of our hands to the left. And then immediately she shifted right. And I just took that rod to the side of the head. And it was like a crack, like just wham. And I just remember feeling pain. And then I was suddenly on the ground and I couldn't hear anything. It was just that beep. And just like the world spun a little bit. And like my poor dad is like trying to keep her calm because obviously right now I'm on the ground. Like I'm in a lot of danger. Or I'm in a potential danger. So he's trying to get me up, try to keep her calm, and just try to like keep a lot of the situation in control. I just remember him looking at her, but like kind of facing me, and kind of, I could see his mouth going, "You okay?" But I couldn't hear him. It was just "ee." And finally I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm good. One sec. Oh, and I'm just like, had to use like the wall to pull myself back up to my feet, and then was like, all right. Okay, all right, let's get this done. And then I think it was like 3 cranks later, the calf came out, and it was a very healthy calf. But oh my god, I remember that hurting. I had a nice bruise basically from the back of my temple to just past the back of my ear, basically. It was just above my ear. That spot was pretty sore for like 2 or 3 days. But yeah, so summary, I've had a lot of injuries and potential injuries in my younger years. And most of them were because of animals. Some of them were because of, you know, I'm a child, I'm invincible, haha. Pom-pom girl? No idea. Do I look like the kind of person who would be concerned about that? The calf was done. I had chores, like, you know, the calf had to come out. I had chores to do. Potential dangerous, like, mental situation? Bah. That'll happen after I've done feeding the cows. I mean, once, just to show how stupid I was as a kid, I was helping my dad with something. I think we were gathering things out of the field, and I jumped off the back of the truck, and I landed, how to say it, it was an area that the cows would walk in. It was like the pasture. And I landed on a little mound that was too small for my foot. So my foot hit it and immediately buckled 90 degrees. And I just felt something pop and I just hit the ground very loudly and let out like a enough for my dad to like rush over and be like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And I'm just like, "Oh my goddamn foot." So he helped me into the truck. He drove me into the house. My mom wasn't there at the time because I think she was out getting groceries. And my dad doesn't know how to like take care of people. You know, that's not a thing that he does. So he helped me to the couch. He grabbed a bag of frozen peas and put them on my leg or on my ankle and was just like, "All right, well, your mom should be home in like 20 minutes or something. So like, just stay put." And then my mom came home and she's like, "What are you doing on the couch?" And I'm just like, "Oh, this, and this." And I explained it to her. She's like, "We should probably go to the hospital." And I'm like, "Nah. That's dumb. I'll be fine." It took a week before I could put pressure on that foot, and it took another week before I could walk on that foot. Did I damage it? Probably. Does that ankle hurt sometimes when it gets colder outside? Absolutely. Was there potentially an injury that should have been a hospital trip? Probably. Did I do it? Nah. I had stuff to do. Blue, you don't know half of it. There's a lot of injuries in my younger years where I was just like, whatever. Like, that's literally just, I could fill like, I could probably fill like 2 streams with just injury stories. Holstein? Ooh, let me check. I need to remember the... It was Holstein, yeah. It was. I was pretty sure it was Holstein. It was definitely Holstein, yeah. Though we did have one Holstein that, even though, like, she was black and white, she always produced, like, spotted, brown and white cows. I don't know why. Also, I think my camera's got too much light on it. I'll be right back. I need to close my curtains really quickly. Give me 2 seconds. And Lunella, I'm taking it then that you also come from a farming background? Let me get the punnet square out. Kinda. You were an FFA kid. I'm gonna need to have that broken down for me, sorry. I'm not just smart boy, I'm also Canadian. Future Farmers of America. Oh, okay. Wait, Avatar, how the hell do you know that? How are you so like crazy quick on the draw? You went to school at a society. The fuck do you mean? I learned shit. I'm a smart kid. Fuck you, Will. Yes, I'm very much putting words in your mouth right now, Avatar, and I'm sorry. You had chickens, but worked with cows too. Nice. I've worked with chickens, cows, sheep, pigs, goats, bunnies, quail. I'm missing something. What am I forgetting? We did have a pony once. That was strange. Lunella, I'm not dignifying that with a response. Except for... well played. Well played. I can't say that I would like have any experience with ponies, but this is a true story. I was so the system that we always had in place at my parents' place was, you know, get up at X time, breakfast, work until 12, until noon specifically, have lunch, go for like a half an hour lay down, work until 3, have coffee, work until 5, have dinner. And then if there's some extra chores, like get them done really quickly, but otherwise that's the end of the day for the most part. Well, we had just gotten away, like, it would have been like 1 p.m. You know, like we had just finished like the post-food laydown and stepped outside. I was one of the first ones out. And all of a sudden, at the end of our laneway is this jet black pony. And I'm like, what? So I like look over and my dad's just come out and I'm like, Pop? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I point. And as I like look back, the pony is just casually walking towards me. And my dad's like, huh, that's weird. And it just walked over, and I just really carefully put a hand out, just to see how tame it was. It let me pet its nose, like it didn't do anything. He kind of just looked me over, looked at my dad. We had this little fenced-in area that we didn't have any animals in, so it's just like, maybe we should put her in there for a little bit. So I just kind of like really carefully grabbed her collar. I just let her into the pen. She just came along, like no issues. We put her in there. My sister was there, and I'm just like, hey, you know, you're good. You know people around here. You're good at like talking to people. Can you call some places? And she's like, oh yeah. So she spent like an hour like calling around, trying to figure out where this pony came from. And then finally in the end, we called the Humane Society and was just like, hey, so there's just like a random pony that just walked into onto our property, and they're just like, oh yeah, we've had this before, we can come pick it up, we've got a trailer. And then they came and picked up the pony like 2 hours later. And that's the experience I've had with ponies. Literally walking one into a pen and then helping it get onto the trailer that it literally just kind of casually trotted into. Oh yeah, Avatar was very, very bizarre. Was it a magic pony? I mean, it was a very tame pony. Like, it was ridiculously tame. Like, I'm pretty sure if you had just like hopped onto its back, it probably wouldn't have done anything. Like, it would have just kind of been like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and move again. We suspect that, because there is like a, what is that term again? Starts with an E. I can't think of the darn name anymore. Dang it. Basically like a horse and pony place was semi-close to us. You know, like by semi-close I mean like kilometers away, like quite a distance away. And they but apparently according to them they weren't missing any livestock, so we're like, okay. There've been multiple instances where neighborhood dogs got loose, and at least twice they ran into our house through the... Wait, Avatar, like seriously? Like one day you're just casually like in the house and there's just like a dog there that you don't know? Just like, oh, hey. Hi. It's weird, 20 years ago. Like, I wonder what happened to her. I'm sure, Netman. Well, she's in the Humane, so she was at least at the Humane Society. I don't know what happened to her after that. I presume she was probably eventually taken back to whoever owned her. Yeah, they were pretty friendly, but also like, you're not supposed to be here. Equestrian? Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to go for, Spencer, exactly. Netman, please. That's so dark. Where are your people? I love the idea of like your avatar, you know, like the Lamia just like, you know, with your charred, like bandaged hands, just like holding the cheeks of like a dog, just being like, how did you get here? Where are your people? How far from home are you, my beautiful boy? And he's just like, woof. You're just like, you don't say. Well, we'll have to find them. I'll go get my Lamia sorcerer coat, and we'll go on a Lamia sorcerer adventure. I don't know why your character prefaces everything with Lamia sorcerer. But it makes me laugh. I'm sorry that I'm like this, everybody. But also, Lunella, that's actually super neat. Out of curiosity, how many chickens did you deal with? And cows, for that matter. No, we gotta pop up early. Oh yeah, we need the stereotypical. 'Cause I'm a dummy. I will display my dumminess. I'm supposed to use an Lamia Sorcerer computer to make Lamia Sorcerer games in my Lamia Sorcerer weekend. I love the idea that your code's not working and you're just like, this is Lamia Sorcerer bullshit! Just throw your mouse. Oh, sorry, your Lamia Sorcerer mouse specifically, of course. Of course. How rude of me. Alright, we're actually doing a little bit of work at the moment, so yay. We got a couple more lines down. Alright, chat, we can talk again. We did the bare minimum. I think in this case it might actually be more. No, still would be this. But actually, out of curiosity then, Avatar, are you actually getting some work in on that? Or is it one of those you're just like, ah, there will be other Lamia Sorcerer weekends? This weekend belongs to me. We're running out of long weekends. Are we running out of long weekends? I don't know because we have 2 left. Oh, that's right. I guess we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year, aren't we? I mean, it's only just turning into August as of 2 days from now, but still. Got some work in last night, this morning, then spent 6 hours on before getting back into it. Hey, like, you're allowed to take breaks. But I'm excited to see what kind of progress you've made. Even if I don't see it, I'd still love to hear about it. Labor Day and Thanksgiving. Ooh, let me check really quickly when Labor Day is. Hey, Kaju. How's it going? Uno secondo. I won't be able to see chat for a second. Aw, baby, it is. Not that it matters, but still. 2 words. Tooltips. It's actually 4 words, Avatar. It's Lamia Sorcerer Tooltips. How's it going, by the way, Kaju? How are you? How are you? Good morning, chat. Yes, good morning. I presume you've just recently woken up, if I were to take a guess. This is the monster sleepover all over again. Excuse me, the monster sleepover? I'm good, and yes, I feel dead. I'm sorry to hear that, Kaju. Get some water in you, buddy. Get up and stretch a little bit. That should hopefully make you feel a little bit better. You've been missing out, Kaju. Lunella has been single-handedly trying to murder me with puns. It's been a good time. Oh, and also I have been definitely using your methods of draw one line, talk to chat for an hour. Like, I don't know if this art piece is ever going to get done. But at the same time, I don't know that I care if it gets done. You know what I mean? Ah, yes, it's good stuff. The fabled strat. Wait, do I even have the music is playing, right? Okay, good. I was about to say, wait, do I not have the music? Oh. I have to share this because it's kind of just... Ooh, I hope this doesn't play when I click on it. Okay, it did. But I managed to pause it in time. I probably shouldn't play this on stream, but I'm going to link it. This is just a ridiculous little tune that I found recently. That is the right thing, right? E2MM. E2MM, yes. There you go. Just a weird song that has just been stuck in my brain. Ooh, enjoy yourself, Lunella. Thank you very much for stopping by, and thank you for the murderous puns. Always appreciated. Kaju's way of art streaming has always led to hilarity. Yeah, but Kaju's just naturally, like, funny and enjoyable. I envy his ability to be entertaining just naturally on stream. I love walking into the Thunderdome. I mean, Kaju stream. It's true. He does have he has a unique air to his streams. I think I like this better, personally. Oh, thank you, Pom Pom Girl. Thank you for the hydrate. You have to head out to get a few more lines in the art and tell a whole lot more stories. It's probably what's going to happen somehow. Have fun, Pom Pom Girl. Thank you for stopping by. Want to know my secret? Go ahead. Let's hear your secret, Kaju. Let's hear the fabled Kaju Maju tip of the day. I haven't done a haiku today yet. Oh no! My streams are entertaining also. I just naturally assume that I'm not interesting. Because that's just how brain works. That's why I try to tell a lot of stories, because I know people like stories. Be aware it won't be a secret after you tell us. When you're trying to overthrow the government. Bunch of tripping balls. I promise chat an insane experience. Oh no. Wait a second. No. Kaju, I see what you're doing. You promise chat an insane experience, and then because of that promise, they will create the experience themselves unintentionally. Because the atmosphere has already been created. Avatar, I had to read that 3 times to actually... It was too smart for me. But no, I forgot I haven't written a haiku today. Or a limerick. A friend of mine and I have both been just like, man, we're like not doing enough like creative writing, but neither of us wants to... I am not a rapper. I'm about to end this man's whole career. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. Here's her number. Psych! That's the wrong number. Oh no. Not the big boss. How could you? All right, give me a second. I need to forget my alarm. Holy heck, it is suddenly getting warm in here. Blue, I'm incapable of stuff like that. That's not how I work. But we will ASMR in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to talk a little bit more quietly now. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the microphone so that we can enjoy the soft talking. Move the microphone. I hope this isn't going to be too loud. Ugh, you're creaking a little bit. There we go. But my friend and I were really not happy with the fact that we weren't doing a lot of creative writing. So we decided to write a haiku / limerick a day so that we could practice our creative writing a little bit more. Stroopwafel. And we have just started doing that. One of us will pick a prompt and we'll just work our way towards that. I like to try and do it very quickly. Like, I'll give myself like maybe 5 minutes to write a haiku, which I think personally is really good for me because it lets me use like one of the skills that I do have, which is a relatively fast brain. So if I get if I get a prompt and you know, like pick a word, I can usually make up something relatively decent within 5 minutes, or at least I try to. It's snowing on Mount Fuji. Yes, exactly. Hey, Action Points, how's it going? Operator, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. You caught me in the middle of an ASMR redeem, so I apologize if this is not the most comfortable thing to listen to. How are you doing, though? Nice to see you. Hope this isn't causing too many problems. We have about 3 minutes left, and there is a chance that... Oh no, wait, I do actually have a... I have a reduction in, or a cooldown on the ASMR, so... It's not going to be too bad, but how are you? Hopefully your day is going well. I hope you got some sleep. I know that you and I are both people who have trouble sleeping, so I hope that that last night was one of the better nights for you. When you finish your ASMR, can you end with... Not the big boss, is that supposed to be while I'm still in ASMR? Or should I do that right as ASMR ends and I'm back to my regular volume? Okay, as ASMR, I can do that. I will need to remember, so please remind me. We have about 2 minutes left, so still in ASMR, we can do that. Got some more sleep to make up to the subpar standard, so I'm okay. My day so far has been really rough. But I'm finally easing in. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that the day has been rough so far, but, you know. You're a tough cookie. I know you can handle it. I just hope that the rough hasn't been, how to say it, like heavily taxing, because sometimes, you know, it's not fun when you wake up and basically the day starts with, you know, like a knee in your ribs already. It's okay. It's good. It's good. I'm recognizing it and not stewing in it. You know. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely the better. That's definitely the better approach to it. Sometimes acceptance can change things for the better. Absolutely. And the fact that you're easing into it now, too, means that you've at least conquered the first part of it, which is always good. You know, I'm making kind of assumption statements here, but... But still, I have faith in your abilities to get past stuff like that. Don't forget. Oh, good timing, because we're just about to end. So, as Not the Big Boss said, and this has been Chocolate Thunder signing off. And 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for the stream. Kaju, that was just a request from a lad. from a cool ass, very well, you think you joined too late? Absolutely not, Clebe. We are still here for another hour and 10 minutes. But always good to see you. How are you doing, Clebe? The way you said, and we're just about to end, had me double take. Context is... That's fair. I used bad wording. I'm good at that. I'm very good at bad wording. That's why I'm so freaking... How to say it? I'm so... fervent? What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, I'm a big proponent for, like... big or for communicating with people, because I'm kind of bad at communicating sometimes. I try not to be, but sometimes I'll take you know, sometimes I'll say things in a very particular way that can be misconstrued or misunderstood. I'm sure that some of you have dealt with that before, where you're just like, all right, well, that's an interesting way of putting it. By the way, Chocolate Thunder is what I imagine myself if you had a deeper voice. Do you think that you don't have a deep voice then, not the big boss? Or do you think you have like an average voice? Adamant. Spencer gets it. That is exactly the word I was looking for. An adamant supporter of communication. I do it all the time. Well, yeah, communication's hard, right, Stitches? Talking is hard. Not me. Who even talks like that? There's a reference that maybe like one of you will get. Just heard myself talk when I was collaborating with Panda Lynn last night. I do not have a deep I do not have a deep fryer. Exactly. Translation. That's exactly what I said. How was the collab, by the way? Did you have fun? Clearly. It was fun. I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. You don't have an air fryer. Yeah, exactly. Because as we all know, air fryers aren't deep fryers. They'll never create the same thing, no matter what you say. Martyr had to experience that the hard way. Hey Willow, how's it going? My condolences for your absence of a deep fryer. I mean, I don't need anything to deep fry. My stuff is normally boiled in some regard. I have a deep fryer and I disagree. I mean an air fryer. Gotcha. No, I'm sorry, not the big boss. That's not how it is. No, a deep fryer makes or does the correct thing. An air fryer, it's a lie. Just like you can't make a grilled cheese in an air fryer. That's not a grilled cheese. It's not being grilled. It's being air fried. So it's an air fried cheese. Deep boiler. But it works. It's not the same, not the big boss. Have you not seen... I don't know if you're aware of Martyr's Corner, but... people definitely are divided on that particular topic. How Will is bad. Never answered redeem. For... Well, obviously, Willow, I'm super bad. I'm bad at the redeems. I don't understand how the redeem do a thing. I don't understand the thing. I am not a terminally online person. I go outside. I touch grass on the daily. These are all cool fake facts. Oh, holy heck, 1 second. Ugh. Sorry, I have to wipe my face for a second. It is getting warm. You get the same end product after it's done. Mm-mm. It might look like a grilled cheese sandwich, but you know in your heart of hearts that it's not a grilled cheese sandwich. It's a counterfeit grilled cheese sandwich. Still have melted cheese inside 2 pieces of buttered brown toast in the end. Mm-mm. It's not the same. Excuse me, Avatar? Please continue. Unless there was something in the translation that I missed, which was just being wacky and wonky. Could absolutely be the case. Oh, I can't draw hands to save my life, so this will be an adventure. Hold on. Oh, no, the thumb would be on the other side. You're hiding your hand behind a bar of soap? Oh, never mind. No, I'm trying to use an old technique that I once learned. It's not something I was very good at, but it was very like you draw kind of an angled box. Then how does it go again? I think it's this, then that, and then that. And then that's a fast way to make a thumb. I'm doing this very quick and dirty. And then you do the arch. And then you draw the fingers in. And that's like a really fast way to draw hands. Hiya, hello. How is it going? Did you get a chance to work more on the squirrel house? Hold on. Nah, I'm just riffing off something you said earlier, way late. Oh no, are you hiding it? Backstory, has he done things? He has done things and he said, you think these hands are clean? Gotcha. I gotcha. Ooh, that's a really big eraser. Ooh, no, I don't know if Kaju's still here. Ooh, if Kaju's still here, I have to have this eraser super large. The other day, I was, hold on, just for context. I had drawn an eye, you know, like so. And I had the pupil drawn. And then we're just gonna do a really simple thing. Wump, wump with an eyebrow. And I was like, oh, I want to put a little bit of a we'll add the full context here. Just lighter blue around the eye. Just to do so. Very simple and dirty. And I was like, oh, I want to put a little, like, you know, like a light. So I'm just like, you know, just put a little dots for the dots. And he's just like, why is your freaking eraser so big? I'm like, what do you mean? It's fine. It's like, you're giving me anxiety. Stop it. Not yet. I did get some wood. Wood, print, contract paper for the rest of the Squirrel Cafe. Hell yeah, Aya. Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh, gotta go back to the regular color. I think the fingers are too short. You think these hands are clean, Mr. Clean? The blood that these hands have seen. There's a show called Venture Bros. And there's a scene in one of the episodes where they're like a big situation happens where somebody gets murdered. It's very bloody. And one of the guys is just like throws somebody like a, what do you call it? Like an old, like, you know, like black book full of phone numbers. And they're just like, look up somebody called the cleaner. And then like later in the episode, you get to meet the cleaner and they're just they're kind of just like a knockoff, like Mr. Clean. Let me guess, you're the cleaner. He just has like the bald head and the white shirt, like the, you know, the white t-shirt. We're gonna get this right this time. Oh, wait a second. It would actually be, because your hand has a tendency to rest in an arc. Like the fingers normally don't do this. They kind of do this. If you look at it from the front, you know, if this is the box, if you rest your hand down, it's normally not that the fingers do this. They have a tendency to kind of do this a little bit more. Higgsy? I think is how you say that name. Higgsy, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. I have a similar black book. I actually have a phone number of a cleaner I know. She'd clean my house for 120 bucks. Oh, interesting. Hello, hello. How's it going? And my car guy. Not the big boss. Are you secretly super rich? Is that what this is? Do you have that quote, fuck you money? And it is Higgsy? All right, I'm glad to hear. Thank you, translator. Or subtitles for changing Higgsy to sexy. Oh, now it says it right. No, just hang out with the right people. Fair enough. Maybe no, Blue. Look at his name. He's not the big boss. The name says it all. Is this some sort of peasant joke I'm too rich to understand? Ew, what is this? What is this so-called comedy? Sounds poor. not rich by any measure. Fair enough, fair enough. I didn't mean to actually accuse you of that. Just, I couldn't help it. Just the way that it was stated, it's just like, I gotta poke fun a little bit just to see what happens. Wait, the subs say that you're sexy? At least something thinks so. Exactly. See, that's what the subtitles are really for. To mistranslate things in order to boost people's self-esteem. That's exactly what a guy who won 1.2 billion lottery this week would say. Ah. Can't even afford to sub to most streams I follow. I feel that, not the big boss. I like want to sub to so many people, but as somebody who's currently unemployed, you know, I gotta bite that bullet sometimes. So it's just like, I can't. This comedy reeks of poor money. Subs never said I was sexy. Stitches. Stitches, please. Unemployed gag, let's go, yeah. There might potentially be a job coming up in my future, which I'm like a little bit, how to say it? I'm partly excited, partly worried about, because I don't know how that's going to affect my stream schedule. Because I really like streaming, even if, you know, like sometimes there's a little bit of dread internally of just like, what am I going to do today? But if I get, if I do potentially get this job, it's going to be, it'll be a lot of hours, so. Is it a job that you know of? I believe so, yes, Netman. It's the, it's from that one company that has a tendency to drag its feet a little bit. I'm sure that should give you all the information that you need to know. That meme company. It's true, Kaju. I can only be hired by joke companies. Not joke companies, joke companies. Understand, my dude? Just make sure the job you can hold and also find joy in. I normally find joy in whatever I'm working in some regard. I try to, at least. Maybe they'll do his finger. That's obviously the dream, Netman. Remember to read your Bible. Yeah, because I'll need faith for the potential situation that I'll be in. Man, fingers are so... You know what? I'm going to leave the fingers alone for now because I'm clearly having trouble with them. Joe Mama companies. Why do I still have this? Get out of here. From the studio that brought you Planet Bob. Yeah. Prepare for the brand new hit series that will leave you casually sitting in your chair. Steve Nation. Will is my religion. Oh, good lord. The idea of being a cult leader scares me. Wait, was it Planet Joe or Planet Bob? I don't know. I don't know things. I'm just going off what you're saying. I don't know most things, unfortunately. Alright, we're just going to quickly do the face while I'm at it. Bob. Ooh, loving the little guitar here right now. But you gotta do the little... Yeah, gotta do the little thing. The commentators whose name is John. Oh my frickin' god. The keepsake. Hey, John. Was that named Planet Bob? I don't remember. I don't know half my jokes. That was just one of those really stupid... It's just such a stupid... It's such a stupid joke. My brain is so freaking stupid. For some reason, I haven't shaken off the Buck Joy joke you said almost a month ago. It's such a dumb joke. They just sound like the things you say when performing martial arts moves. And I still can't shake off the feeling that every time I think about it, that you were just like, that's racist. And I'm like, oh my God, I've offended somebody. This is my worst fear. I'm panicking. Ah! And I'm still laughing. Well, I'm glad you thought it was funny. But no, Avatar, I know the one you're talking about, the frickin'... How the fuck... How did you do that? How did I do those voices again? It's like, we're here live at the stadium where the California Bucks are about to take on the Toronto Jaguars. Isn't that right, John? That's right, John. Listen to that crowd in the background. They are indeed, as the kids say, bussin'. I'm going to go ahead and end myself now, because clearly that was the worst. Could listen to that show for hours. Oh my God, I could never. It would just be, it's such a stupid premise. It's just the dumbest or premise. Just two guys who do commentary on sports who aren't actually in who aren't actually in the frickin' stadium, who are outside trying to listen to the frickin' announcers and get the information out. And it's just John, and they speak the exact same thing, but only one of them has a wife. That's important. You can make a show out of this. Good Lord. It's just so stupid. I just remember it was specifically because I was doing chores and they were doing commentary on a baseball game. And they were speaking normally. It's just like, yes, and it's the bottom of the ninth, and like that style. But like he was a little bit more calmer, so he was just like, and it's the bottom of the ninth here, and it looks like that, like this team is doing quite well. They've got two of the bases loaded at the moment. They're calling for a break for a second. But I just thought of, I don't know if anybody's seen, there's a segment that Happiness and Cyanide, or Cyanide and Happiness, whichever way is the correct one, do, which is Chip Chaplin. And I just kind of like poorly mimicked that voice and just called him John. record them. Just set up two characters that are equally, or that look very similar, but maybe one has a mustache and one doesn't. And just set it up so that if I hit a button, the information coming from the camera will transfer to that character, so that I just keep switching back and forth. It's just the worst though. Like, how could you listen to that for more than a long period of time? You're clapping like a toddler watching the oh, the Death Star explode. As you can see, John, it appears that the rebellion is quite happy at the moment, seeing as how the Doom Sphere has indeed seems to have destroyed itself. John, I'm on the ground right now, and everyone could not be happier about this event. Like, they clearly don't have the correct information at all. They're always wrong. That's why I just came up with like two random like team names, just because they don't know what the heck's going on. They're not connected. They're so unaware of what's happening. But they try their dangdest. The single one dies every... Oh, kind of like Kenny from South... Is it Kenny from South Park? Would he always die in a different way? Like if they're covering like baseball, the one time that they hit a home run, they'd be just like, John, it appears that something incredible is happening in the stadium right now. Everybody is cheering, and I guess the baseball just cracks him upside the head. Or the in-game or like how to say it, the in-universe reason is that there's always another John. You know, like that position can always be filled because there's always another John. Just like the stupid joke I made when they finally get into the stadium, but the what do you call it? The teams are still on the field, so they end up trying to like they're trying to interview somebody in the locker room, so it's the janitor, and it turns out the janitor sounds just like them. Just like, John, we're here in the locker room of the California Pillsbury's. And it would appear that they're still on the field. But, that being said, it appears that there is a janitor here. Hello, good sir. Would you happen to be the janitor that is taking care of this place right now? Why, yes, I would be. My goodness, would your name happen to be John? It certainly would be, John. I hate this world. It's so stupid. Oh, lordy. There you go. There's an insight into my mind. I have a bunch of like stupid ideas that come to mind like that, but I just never do anything with them. I'll just always be like, gone. It's all John. Always has been. The barista taking their order. Now, what would John like? Like, John would be a super simple... They would take something silly. Like, they'd be the one that's just like... You know, they would go to like John and John's, the bar and grill. And they're just like, you know, like the barista comes in and asks them what they would like to drink, and it's just like, oh, well, I will have a rum and coke, but hold the rum. I'm not allowed to drink. Jimmy John's. That's good. I like that. Or, alternatively, yeah, the one can't drink. And it's just like, that's right, John. You're not allowed to drink because your wife does not like it when you're drunk. I, however, will take a rum and coke, double the rum, because I need it to deal with the fact that I've been single for so long. Sure thing. Enjoy, not the big boss. Alcohol is the only way that I can feel any semblance of joy. That's right, John. You are indeed a cripplingly depressed individual. It's kind of wonderful. It just never gets brought up in conversation because we here at John and John, the podcast, don't talk about mental health. We breed an incredibly toxically masculine atmosphere around here. Don't worry, Haya. I'm doing this specifically to try and get laughs. So if you're laughing, it means I'm doing something right. I like to believe that they're last drink at the cafe. Exactly. They've got a tripod sitting on the table. But because their show is so small, like, it's very poor quality. You know, like, it's 1040p. Or sorry, it's like 144p with, you know, like 10 frames per second. It can barely, like, you can barely see anything. Oh, goodness. The other customers are giving side eye. Oh, yeah. Like, these two guys are constantly being told to leave. But they're like, they're relatively humble guys, so they don't do the, like, do you know who I am? They're more the, like, you know, just like, well, it's been fun while it lasted, hasn't it, John? That's right, John. We will definitely be giving you a 5-star review on Yelp for tolerating us for more than 15 minutes. Better than some of the other places we've been to. Do you remember Johnny Jim's, John? I certainly do. I still have the bruises. They can't afford the data, so they stream off the free Jim Jones Wi-Fi. Exactly. Oh, good lord. I haven't improv'd on stream in quite a while. This has been quite the experience. Thank you, everybody, for tolerating this. Whatever the hell this is. I'm unsure of what to actually call it. No. I'm getting hyper-focused on this hand. We're going to leave the hand alone right now. That's the better thing to do. I know it's the better thing to do. We'll just do it like this, you know? Give it a tiny bit of a rotation there. More? Oh god, I don't know what else to get, where to go with this. I'm in a state where like I'd probably just take it to like darker and darker places. I mean, there's already some like dark attitudes to it that I don't want to mention because they're really stupid. I'm glad you went back into it. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I mean, I'm not you, Avatar. Like, you actually have, like, a fantastic ability to, like, do improv. You have to consume sustenance? Absolutely. You have yourself a good one, buddy. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, and there would be a thumb here, too. Unlurk? You can't lurk and then unlurk. Oh, my goodness. You can't do that to me, Avatar. This is like the... Oh my god, this is the frickin' THC suppository situation all over again. Happened one stream. I'll never forget. I don't know how we got onto the topic, but it was a very worrying topic. I feel like this arm is a little bit too big. But I don't know how to approach it differently. I genuinely don't know how to feel right now because I feel like I have, like, how to say it? Like, this is just me communicating my emotions because this is just something I'm trying to get better at. But, like, I love doing the improv stuff. Like, that's something I like doing. I'm not always the best at it, but I like it. But I'm always worried that I either take it too far or it's not interesting. Like, those are the two worries that are always in the back of my head. It's just like, are people having fun right now? Are people laughing or are they engaged? And like, it's a fascinating situation to be in right now, right? Because I can't see your faces. I can't see how you're reacting physically, immediately. There's always a, how to say it? There's always a mild delay. That's the word I'm thinking of. There's always a mild delay to it. Vibe check? That's actually a pretty good term for it. Just like, how's everybody doing? Are we having a good time? We still on the same page? I haven't offended anybody, I hope. Hey, streamer, if I gift subs, will you draw my OC? I don't know what your OC is, Kaju. Do you have an OC? Apart from, like, your actual character? In which case, your OC would be, like... You have so many OCs. Hey, welcome back, Not the Big Boss. How's your drink? I don't know why I'm doing this, but we're at it now, so we can't stop. No. No. Hang on. I can do this quickly. This is a very quick and simple art, but I've like weirdly drawn your character enough that I can kind of do this. There you go. Oh yes, my OC is a normal human girl who wears a sundress. Please don't ask further questions. Honestly, by the way, Haya, like, as much as I don't want to like play with your canon or anything, because obviously that's yours, that's not mine to deal with. I do enjoy drawing your eyes as like circuitry. I don't know why, but I actually really enjoy that. It was very fun to like add that little touch. I don't steal. Please don't steal my OC. This is exactly what mine is. Oh, good lord, Kaju. Think I put too much rum? Absolutely not possible. And mint? What did you make exactly? Not the big boss, out of curiosity. Our OC comrade. My OC is a girl in a sundress. That is a hedgehog. Please cease. My OC is a bunny girl in a sundress. It was good. I'm glad to hear. Big boss, just add more rum until you can't taste you don't taste the rum. I made a big glass of mojito. I've never had mojito, but I am immediately thinking of ooh, what is that show called again? Bravest Warriors. That's right. It's God! Praise him! Somebody get God a mojito! It's the devil! Kill him! Somebody take away his mojito! Ooh, Stitches, you're playing a very dangerous game right now. Wait. Does that mean that Kaju's nemesis is like a mirror image of himself? Like female, like very serious. I can't say any other things because I feel like I'm gonna just pass judgment on Kaju and he'll just get upset with me. But there you go, Kaju. I drew you really quickly. Does this count? Oh wait, but here's Ujak. So in my eyes, this is what Ujak looks like, just with a mustache. Oh, that's right. Hiya, perfect. Kaju's freaking alter or nemesis is literally incapable of burping. Like they have like a medical condition that doesn't allow them to burp. Oh, wait, hold on. There's one more thing I forgot about Kaju's drawing. There we go. Oh, wait, we gotta... There we go. No, that's perfect. Oh no. I'm getting focused on things. Wait, you're a... Leaves. Wait, you're a dude? We're talking about that in Panda stream yesterday. Which in particular, like the alter ego? The other half, so to speak? I got a buddy who can't burp for whatever reason. I do too, Spencer, actually. I have a friend who can't burp. Like, just for some reason, they can get, like, the air in their stomach doesn't want to leave it. So they can sometimes get some, like, minor stomach pains because of it. Because people were judging Panda for not being Asian, even though she's a Panda VTuber. I hope it was in jest, and not people being actually cruel. Burp Adam to assert your dominance. Just remember what you don't have. Belch. Welcome back, Avatar. Did you grab good food, or did you just pop in for a quick second? Or are you on mobile? It happens less now, but people used to ask if I was a girl or a boy. And I demand, just give me the Bulbasaur, Professor. Bam! Haya gets it. Bulbasaur best boy. Lucky you're Asian, right, Will? Oh, yeah. My fucking pasty Northern European ass is absolutely Asian. Mobile. Gotcha. VTuber equals anime equals Asian. Obviously, yes, VTubing has some weird people orbiting it. Some people get fussy at VTubers for using the anime style. But I feel like that's like almost intrinsic to the VTuber style, if you know what I mean. We all know you hung out with the Asians in our class. Really? What, does that make me an honorary Asian, Netman? Is that the situation? It's really weird that people even care who we are IRL. I mean, there is currently the trend right now of, like, how to say it, like VTuber versus IRL. But, like, I don't think that's in response to... No, I think it's actually in response to killing that stigma of, you know, just like, you know, like you have to be Asian in some regard. Like you have to be like Japanese or Chinese or Korean. Like you have to look Asian in order to be a VTuber, which I think is insane. You know what I mean? Like the whole, but like a majority at least of the VTuber community is incredibly like supportive and inclusive. Like, we don't care who you are. We don't care, you know, like how you live. You are who you are when you turn the camera on. As long as you are a reasonable person who doesn't do, you know, like who doesn't do shady stuff. You know, like come in, there's no judgment. Be who you want to be. Probably go to the Mandarin every weekend. I want to go to the Mandarin. It's been a while. I haven't been to the Mandarin in years. Happens every few months. I regard it as marketing, but I would. You would? Question mark? It is, I know that there was a big spike in the VTuber versus IRL when, who the heck was it? Oh my god, the name's escaping me. No. Leech VTuber. Stitches, help me out. I know that you have her emotes. Ayaya. Or is it Ayaya? I think it's Ayaya. Maybe it's Ayaya? Fruit! Thank you, Avatar. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Fruit. I know she posted herself. And, that got, like, a fair bit of attention. And, like, other people. And I think she got, like, some weird... you know, like some weird, just like, how dare you? And people kind of in response were just like, heck you guys, you know, like, here's a picture of me. Oh no, immersion broken. I approach VTubing more as a business and early on followed VTubers with marketing degrees. Actually, I think even Zozu might have a marketing degree. Not sure of that. I have no idea who has what degree and what. I don't know what the heck I'm doing with VTubing. I just try to make art and try to make things enjoyable. I'm not clever enough to have like marketing planning for anything I do. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be doing, you know, like, how to say it? Like, I'm going to be doing, I don't know, Monster Hunter. Let's make a little bit of art for that so I can post it so that there's a little bit more flair to my links when I go live for Monster Hunter, for instance, which I guess is a little bit of marketing, but that's about as far as it gets. I don't like reach out to people to be like, hello, this is a potential business proposition, you know, like we could potentially collab and it would benefit the both of us. I'm just like, you seem kind of cool. Hi. And even then it's terrifying to try and do so. I've been talking to the GF about VTubing. For now, it's a hobby and the way to get art out there, but I have maybe taking it more seriously as like a business if it ever hits a threshold. Don't worry, I know what I should be doing. But I'm a trash fire and don't do any of it and just vibe. Yeah, but Haya, at this point, like the Scuff stream is like a brand name for you at this point. You know, oh no cringe, oh no Scuff. Like that's almost how to say it, that's almost like a tag that you could add if there were tags connected to your particular like VTubing style. You know, like, how would you describe Haya in like 3 words? Like wholesome Scuff. Or 2 words, rather. I guess for the 3 words, it'd be wholesome Scuff VTuber. I've been thinking about upping my streaming game, but it's all thought and no action. I think that's pretty common, though, Avatar. I know for me it is, because, like, I have so many things that I want to do, and some of it is, like, lore-related, quote-unquote. Like, you guys saw the art that I've done for this. Let me see if I can find it. Like, at this point, I don't care anymore. I'm just willing to share it. Let me find this really quickly. But I also have that ADHD hyperfocus, which can cause a lot of problems for me as well. Oh, no, cringe? Thank you, Spencer. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Where would I have put this? That's the other problem. I like to hide my things. Oh, be under design. I think it would be this one. There you go. Like this art piece. I would like to model this character at some point, though I believe I'm actually going to turn this into more of a green. I think the green would work better. But like this character, I want to have integrated into like my lore, quote unquote. And I just haven't. And I have ideas for this character and what they would consist of in terms of my content creation. And I just haven't, you know, like I want to do a whole bunch of stuff and like try the particular things to work, but I'm just like, oh, I'll never probably end up doing this. And because this bottleneck isn't being created, you can't see it, but I'm gesturing at the character right now. Like this bottleneck is the reason why I'm not making certain content. Even though there's no reason for me to use this character. I could use the character that I'm as right now to do that content, but my hyperfocus, like OCD, is like, nope, this has to be this way. Because it has to. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and I acknowledge it's complete, like, moronicism. Like, it's just ridiculous. But it is how it has to be for me for some reason. Like, I have very specific things that I need to do in specific ways, and that barrier is very difficult to break. You have a full-time job and can't focus on one thing after work for more than a few days. I understand that too, for sure. Hey, Will, looking for a VTuber artist? Unfortunately, I want it to be a 3D model. Kaju. Otherwise, I would actually consider it quite a bit. It's like playing orcs in 4K, just so that there's no pressure in doing good looking paint jobs. Nice, Spencer. It's a really good reference. Bring back Orc the Orc. Gork Distrabula 2 is in his necklace of hands. I procrastinate content that I'm only starting because I have a workable Vroid with hand tracking. I would like to get hand tracking, but the hand tracking isn't important for my ideas. Literally what I want to do, so the character here, this boy, this boy right here. Oh, wow, you can't even see the lines out because on that. I essentially want him to be like a lore keeper in training. Would be his backstory. And literally what I would want to do with him is like every week I would make a little video where I would just teach a little Dutch phrase or like a couple of Dutch words and it'd be just very simple, like hello, how are you? You know, like the next one would be just like here you go versus thank you, stuff like that. Like that would be what this character would do. Like he would teach things. He would do like a weekly little video where he would teach something. And just, it's probably never going to happen because I'm a procrastinator who has a hard time starting projects. You know, like getting to this point is already insane. Like, I have so many ridiculous, like, plans. Like, I have, like, my ultimate goal, should I ever be able to, like, focus long enough, is to actually make my own little, like, mini animated series. And I have one of the characters designed. I have, like, 4 episodes, maybe 5 episodes written. I have the backstory written. I have the lore of the world. Like, all this shit that I want to do. And I just don't do it. And it's just one of those, like, why, brain? Why can't we do this? Like, why can't we start this? And I think everybody, like, struggles with that, right? Procrastinating content when start. So I agree that putting things off is dumb, and I'm also guilty of exactly that. I think lots of people are guilty of that, though. I think that's just, unfortunately, just a part of, like, the human condition. Like, you know, from, like, the day that, like, human beings became who they are, we are people of procrastination. Like, we will do things we need to do to survive. We will do things we need to do that just without doing so will cause us harm, problems, or annoyances. But anything beyond that, you know, like the hierarchy of needs, we are naturally, like, wired to go after short-term gains over long-term gains. I think that's not a terribly unreasonable thing to say. Some people are capable of having that discipline, though. I acknowledge that. There are people who are just like, this is the end game that I want, and I'm going to work towards it every day. Kudos to those people. I envy them. I applaud them. But I'm not them. Hey man, you've seen my private project you've been working on for 2 months, but you're still making progress, Kaju. You're making decent progress, my dude. And thank you for coming by, Stitches. Have yourself a good night. Speaking of finishing projects, I should just stop fucking around and build that workbench. The lumber for it has been in my garage for months. See? Like, that's just a thing that everybody does, which is, it's always fascinating, right? Because when you look at stuff like social media, people are capable of expressing their best self. You know what I mean? You only show your victories for the most part because the victories get you thumbs up and get you attention. but you never see the 10,000 hours, right? So it's really difficult to look at somebody's art. Like when I look at art that like Kaju makes, for instance, it is like, holy shit, I'll never reach that level. But my brain doesn't ponder the fact that he has been like hammering away at making art for like years at this point, right? Like that's not the stuff that gets shown, and that's not the stuff that your brain thinks about. You just think they're naturally talented. That's the level that they're at. I'll never reach that level. Kaju, don't you even start. I know you've been working on art for years because you're a goddamn champion. And don't you ever let me hear you otherwise. I know that you say that the last couple of months have been where you've been like really putting the effort in, but you've been putting the effort in for a long time. You've just been taking all the lessons from the last couple of years and just like cramming them, like refining them for the last like couple of months. I need a hyperbolic time chamber for drawing. I've got like 2 weeks. You know, not to always plug people, but Netman, Kaju actually is doing on Sundays, he is doing streams where he is just going to draw. He's going to do sketchy Sundays where he'll just draw for the sake of drawing. You can ask him questions. You can draw along with him. Like, I highly recommend, if you can catch his streams, to do so. If you ever have questions, because Kaju's a good artist, he is absolutely willing to take questions, to give you advice, to give you hints, give you tutorials on screen. Like, I would definitely recommend coming in tomorrow for his stream. Kaju, I don't know when you're starting tomorrow. I presume you're starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, same as always. Yeah, like I don't know if that will help you, Netman, but like, you know, that's a potential avenue. Like, even if it's just doing the like get into a zone where you're with people who are doing art. You know, like, even if it's just you're watching a streamer doing art and that helps you do art, like, that could still help you potentially. If it doesn't, you know, you find a different route, and that's totally fine. But I want to make sure that that avenue is available to you. Anyway, I'm going to close this art piece because it's not important at the moment. And also, hello, Bells. How are you? Yeah, but Kaju, I only do 3 hours because that's all I have in me. Anything past 3 hours, I know that I'm not going to be, or at least I presume I'm not going to be entertaining. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing all right. We're kind of having an interesting roller coaster of a stream at the moment where we're kind of doing art, kind of talking about more serious topics, kind of talking about jokes, kind of improving. It's been a very interesting stream so far. Mostly because just of, you know, chat. Like, you guys have been super active today, and I really, really appreciate that. Honestly, can't remember your drawings from college. Or from a 2-second glance, you're miles ahead of me. I've got time tomorrow to tune in. No, like, this art is trash. Like, hold on. Like, where is it? Where's that boy? There he is. There you go. Netman, just for an example of Kaju's work that he's done recently. Lego Batman. Okay, sure. Netman, you are Lego bleh man at this point. You can pretend that the John isn't good, but it's gold. I never said it was bad, but it was silly. It was very, very silly. Also, Netman, I don't know if you thrive on watching work in progress, but underneath of that tweet that I just linked, I believe is Kaju's, is like a quick speed video of showing how Kaju approached it. So if that helps you potentially like process how he approaches things, like by all means take that, give that a gander, give that a look-see, if you will. I think my new one does a better job of that. That's true. Sorry, I just grabbed the top one because it was just, I didn't want to like, you know, like deep dive. I don't know how far into your tweets it potentially was. If you're willing to go grab that one, Kaju, I would very much appreciate it if you're willing to link. All I see is draw a circle, draw the rest of the owl. No, definitely. I do genuinely would recommend looking underneath of that tweet because like, you can see how Kaju approaches it. There is a process to it. I don't quite understand it yet because I haven't dissected those videos mentally, but they are interesting to watch. Like there's a very like, you know, start with box shapes and fill in the box shapes. I would give myself more time to practice digital art, but pulling out my sketchbook is just so convenient. Blue, that's still practicing art. At the end of the day, you're still practicing. You can transfer those skills over. Like digital art has a slight difference to traditional art, but at the end of the day, you can still make it work. And some people utilize both. They'll start with a sketch in a sketchbook, and then they'll copy that sketch and bring it into an art program, and then from there they will trace over it and do the work from there. Let me check to make sure that that's the one. Yeah, that's exactly the one I was talking about, Kachu. Thank you for posting that. Like, it's a little bit on the fast side, but you can still kind of see the thought process. And because it's a video, you can randomly pause it. Yeah, there you go, operator. Shows more of your workflow with boxes. Yeah, exactly. I still don't quite understand the box thing. I know how you do it because I know you've shown me privately, which is, again, very appreciated. But it's so new to my workflow, like I would need to like actually sit down and just be like, all right, we're going to draw a box. We're going to draw a circle in it. We're going to draw a head using that. And, you know, like just do that like 10 times in one sit down. Just like, all right, let's just get that muscle memory in. Which I just can't do yet. But I'll get there eventually. I know I will. That's as positive a thinking as I can get to. But yeah, Netman, like as difficult as it is, and this is coming from me, somebody who struggles with this too, like look at somebody else's art and try not to let the I'll never be as good as them stuff set in, because it doesn't help. Because I know for me, that frustrates the fuck out of me. Like looking at a piece of art and being just like, that's so fucking good. You know, like I'm never gonna get there. But think of it just like, okay, is there somewhere where I can see the work in progress? Is there somewhere where I can see the step 1, step 2, step 3, all the way to step 200? Also, sneeze incoming. Well, time to write that down. Oh, that almost exactly 3 hours in. No, pen, don't fail on me now. Ugh, thank you. Go ahead, Bells. Say it. Say the thing. I know you want to say it. I don't know if any of you have heard. I've heard of it, but I bought Mark Burnett's art school to strike a balance between self-teaching and structured teaching. Hey, if that's how it works, by all means, like, if that helps, there we go, that's what I want to say. If that helps, by all means, dude, like, there's no shame in grabbing art lessons. And Belle's the whole, I sneeze like a certain, in a certain style. Vampire. Oh. Yeah? You got something to say, Avatar? Oh, yeah. Now it's all coming back to you. Envy and comparing is a horrible disease. Yeah, it's difficult. Say it. A vampire. I'm a vampire. I don't know what the heck that movie is, but I know it's a Nicolas Cage movie. Or is it called The Vampire's Kiss? It might be called that. I don't know. This is very unimportant to the conversation. I apologize. But to be fair, I'm still comparing myself to other VTubers. I mean, I do too, dude. I do too. I think it's just in people's nature to do so. Which is obviously not healthy, you know. It can become unhealthy to an extent, right? Like, if I compare myself to, like, Zentreya, that's just unfair to do to myself, because it's just, it's such a large gap. I'm 90% sure you're referring to Twilight. Oh, I see. Am I sparkly? Is that what you're saying? $520-ish. I thought I got it for cheaper though. Okay. Sorry, my brain's having a little bit of a restart jump moment. Give me 1 second while I just let that process happen. Because it just happens to me sometimes where it's just like, you know, like my brain's just like, oh, the topic has shifted. We need to recalibrate. And it's like, do we though? I mean, it's not a difficult transition. It's just like, no, I'm going to go ahead and calibrate. You drop 10K on a post animation school for 2 years. Fair. On a I said post animation, not high school. But you did learn a lot from those 2 years, though, which I think is one of the reasons we do schooling. So, still haven't done much in the animation department. You're trying. I still have faith that you'll end up getting some work in that field. What is the line again? People always say that you get it through luck, but luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Which is a line that I really like and have been trying to turn into kind of like my own mental mantra, so to speak. You know, I think I got a discount on it. I think I got oofed on the conversion from the US to the... Ah, gotcha. I got him. Can't sit cross-legged anymore. Too warm. Too gosh darn warm. Ugh. All right, I need to chug a little bit of water because clearly my brain doesn't want to get out of this weird phase, so give me 1 second. Oh, thank God. The microphone's not picking up the gulps. That's the last thing you guys need. Hey guys, welcome to my freaking drinking liquid ASMR stream. Glug, 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 glug. Also, the art is coming along nicely. I have like I have not drawn a line in about an hour. I've just been discussing stuff with you guys, which has been very nice. Like it definitely is something that I like to do. Again, as I mentioned, like an hour and a half ago, I think at this point, like I like having a stream where like you can be cozy, but I don't mind having conversations like this. Like I actually enjoy, I encourage them. I want this to be a place where within reason topics can be talked about. You know, like I don't want people coming in and dumping their day. That's not what I'm looking for, because like that you can potentially cause other people to be uncomfortable or such. But I'm absolutely fine with just like, I don't feel like I'm, you know, like very good at art, for instance. It's just like, well, let's talk about that, you know? Or like, I'm kind of worried that this thing isn't going to happen. And like the community that I've fostered at this point has been very positive as well. Like, you know, somebody, a regular or a semi-regular comes in, everybody, you know, like, oh my God, hey, how's it going? You know, like there's a very welcoming feeling that we've built right now, which is in large part due to you guys, which I very much appreciate. Can we get a John and John redeem? I'll write it down, but we'll try, but I'll have to see how I would approach doing it, because I would like to make it that it's maybe we can make it a suggestion potentially. Let's see if everybody thinks about it. What if we make it a redeem where it's the John and John redeem, but you give a scenario of some kind? You know, like John and John at the store, or John and John you know, like picking up light bulbs or something like that. Would that be something you guys would be interested in? I would be willing to give that a try. Like how we share a lot of common people in our communities. I do too, Kaju. It's very nice that like we have a, how to say it, like the Venn diagram of community between our two communities is like decently overlapping. But the interactions between us two are polar opposite. What do you mean? I get bullied too. I get pillows thrown at me. I get peppered with pillows and Z's. And also, oh, now that I remember. See? There it was. Oh, stroopwafel. Ah! Sound D. Yeah, I want to change my my sound redeems a little bit as well, since some of them are clearly not really that that appealing. So, you know, got to adapt them, got to change them around a little bit. Be like, all right, that one doesn't work. We're going to toss that one out and we're going to try a different one. That's the fun thing about like the live streaming thing, right? You're always kind of adapting. And like that's the nice thing, right? Again, just to talk about the fact that like procrastinating is a thing that we do a lot. It's not too difficult to make a minor change. You know, like you can still feel good. And I think in turn your community will feel good if you make minor changes. Like I added the first redeem, which people seem to like quite a bit. You know, like it's a very simple change. You can do it in minutes and it just adds a little bit of interactivity into the stream. Do you ever move schedule timings because other people's streaming time? I'm like really, I have the hyper focus thing. So like for me, it has to be those days right now, but I might potentially, all I really need to do, there's a lot of mutual Kaju will bully. It's true, Haya. The big bully. I mean, you come in here calling me the stinky, which I don't know if I showed that at all. Let me really quickly put that up while we're at it. But like, you know, you can still change minor things and there's no issue to it. There you go, Avatar. Thank you. I was just about to put that up. So thank you for making that an actual redeem. Boop. Boop. A little bit on the big side. Let me make you a little smaller. There we go. Stinky! I wear my badge of honor with pride. But yeah, like, I just need to break that schedule at some point. Like, I never skipped a stream until one day I was just too sick to do it. And once you break that, it's just like, okay, I'm allowed to do that. I can break it. It's not going to break, how to say it, you know, like, some people might be disappointed, but they will come back. Because that's like the scary thing, right? Like, oh my God, I finally have a tiny community that, like, you know, like, I have regulars. I can't let them down. And then you let them down and you're just like, fuck, you know, like, everything's over. It's all over. Catastrophize. But then you know, have one day where you don't show up, you come back, and everybody comes back, and you're like, okay. It's fine. Like, as long as I let people know, it's fine. At the end of the day, it just comes down to communicating again, right? Oh my God, I just realized the music has stopped. I really want to play this music. Fuck it. We're playing that in the background. If the end of this thing is muted, to hell with it. Yeah, there we go. Let's just jam out to this a little bit. I'm willing to accept it. I've been obsessed with this music for days now. Hope we don't get you into DMCA. I don't think it will. And if not, I'll deal with it. And don't worry, I won't play the whole thing anyway, because it's just this over and over again. There we go. We'll go back to the casual. I just had to. I'm willing to accept the consequences of my actions. It's actually brutal. It's interesting. I know I get hit with such a heavy hit of dopamine when I stream. Now that my body is like, man, I feel like shit, stream will help. Ooh, Kaju, are you suggesting that that streaming is your new is your new fix? If it is, it could content ID match with coffin nails. Yep, it is coffin nails specifically. I see today is the sun's out, guns out kind of day. I'm just willing to take that one chance, because I never get to share music with chat. Like, there's so many songs that I would be just like, oh, I would love to just play this in chat and talk about, like, you know, just play this and talk about it. Points kind of the side. For many years, mankind has yearned to destroy the sun, and I will do the next best thing. But it's like all thanks to the community. Exactly, because at the end of the day, you could stream to nobody, and it wouldn't be a dopamine high. It would just be you talking to yourself with the potential of somebody showing up. But when people are there and they're interacting with you, that is just like a different kind of feeling, which is very interesting. And like, I just want to give like a big kudos to people who do stream to like 1 or 2 people and just like, you know, like 200% it the whole time. Like they're talking, they're being interactive, they're being entertaining, they're telling stories. You know, like, you know, I gotta freaking shout him out, for instance. There. Frozen Scarecrow. Like, Frozen Scarecrow will have, like, sometimes just one person in his chat for his entire, like, 10-hour stream. And he will be consistently entertaining. Like, he will tell stories, he will talk about the game he's playing, he will talk about the objectives he's going towards, he will talk about memories he has of the game. Like, he will stay entertaining no matter what happens. The only times that he will not be entertaining is when he has to step away for a little bit to grab something to drink or grab something to eat. Other than that, always on point. Like, massive respect for the guy. Please give him a follow if you can, because he's just a good lad. He doesn't have a very consistent streaming schedule, but when he is on, he is entertaining, he is engaging, and he is fun. Thank you, Chocolate Disco, by the way, for the hydrate. Just took a sip. Member in the name of God, Deus Vult. Deus Vult. Oh God, now I've got Through the Gates of Hell. Oh, that's Primo Victoria. That's it. That's Sabaton. I know that guy. Done. I took a sip too. Hell yeah. Sips for sips. And how to say? Where was I going with this? I don't even have any like negative things to say about like new streamers who have like one person in their chat who is just barely talking. Like, you know, it's a thing that you learn about. It's a thing that you learn to do. Like if somebody pops into your chat, most streamers will immediately start talking to them. You know, because that's just the polite thing to do. It's what we're kind of conditioned to do anyway. But like there's like a special place on my heart for people who will just be like, no one's in stream and they will just go. I really need to start rating random art streamers again. Hey, do it up, Kaju. I have like kind of a comfortable group of people that I like to raid right now that I kind of stick to, because like at the end of the day I do like to how to say it, like I like to know who I'm streaming, so I like to first like kind of get to know them a little bit, even if it's just from viewing stream itself. But like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't quite know like yet how my brain works in certain regards when it comes to streaming and to streamers. Like, there's a lot of people that I look up to that I've somehow become friends with. And it's just like, or at least, you know, like a little bit beyond acquaintance. I don't know if there's a word between acquaintance and friends. Friendly with, how about that? But like my problem is sometimes people you stream. Sometimes the people you stream was like a bad choice. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like you raid somebody who just, even if it's just that one day, they just having a bad day and you're just like, ugh, well. That definitely was a mistake. But like, I think at the end of the day, I don't think if your community knows you and you make a bad call on a stream, on like a raid rather, I don't think they'll hold it against you. Like, especially if you preface it by saying just like, look, I don't know this person. They're doing art right now. I think that's a good place to send us to. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you don't even have to, and also you hit jackpots like Haya. Yeah, freaking like the hub for like just meeting like 15 other streamers somehow and meet diamonds in the rough. Yeah, like a lot of the people that I know as like VTubers that I know are through Haya. Like Haya is absolutely, how to say it, like a network hub VTuber, so to speak, which is actually kind of funny because she's like an AI, so there's an interesting connection between those two. Potentially unintentional or completely planned? Conspiracy. That's going on the drama channel. Just kidding. But just, I don't know, just fascinating. Just, I think just at the end of the day, just life is just fascinating. And yeah, Kaju, it's you. You're the reason that I'm even aware Haya exists. Because you just ended up rating her and was just like, oh, Haya seems pretty neat. I'm going to go ahead and give her a follow and like peek back in again from time to time, see what kind of content she makes. And it's like, oh, Haya's actually really cool. And then like rated Red Sage and it's like, holy shit, now I know Red Sage. Like it's just very fascinating. Will's the reason that I know literally everybody. Avatar, I still believe in you. I'd like, how to say it? I still believe that you'll eventually branch out more. Yo, streamer, start drawing. Can't make me, Disco. It's past my stream time. I'm already 20 minutes over. We're in the post-credits stream. I'm sorry. I am introducing him to you. It's true. Haya, I'm sorry that you know me. Please forgive. For some reason, it's still saying art. I mean, I probably should end the stream soon because at this point, I'm just kind of getting into rambles. I think that might potentially be the better option here. Like, I think we're kind of hitting... Maybe I'm misreading, but I think that... like, we're kind of hitting the... what do you call it? The gradual, like, calm of the conversation. You know, like, we're kind of hit a bunch of key points. Oh, this is why I keep Benjamin Toast on my frickin' shoulder. But no, I should probably tap out anyway. I'm starting to feel the fatigue a little bit. I'm slowing down a little bit mentally in terms of like processing things. I think I need to step away for a bit. I think that's the better option here. I also didn't take a break during this stream too, so just how it be. I think we're just gonna, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some raid shopping. See what we got. Callie's actually online right now. Hold on, let me see what Callie's up to. Yes. Just how unlucky are you? Very. Sorry, I've been getting the ads for that very much recently. Oh, he's doing some Minecraft. You know what? Heck it. We're going to go and say hi to Callie. I think that's a good person to raid right now. Sorry for not being able to see messages for a second. I'm going to make some mojitos. Hell yeah. Not the big boss. You enjoy yourself. Pen and Safety are on. Got this stream. Got me motivated. Going to practice more art. Heck yeah, Blue. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, I think we're going to raid. We're going to raid Callie today. 4D Callie, because, you know, he's a good lad, too. I want to make sure that he gets some attention as well. Slow/raid S/raid F. So if you are a subscriber, please use the top message. If you are not a subscriber, please use the bottom message, unless you would like to use your own raid message, in which case, you know, make sure that it is respectful and wholesome. That's all we're really looking for. We're going to go ahead and raid 4D Callie. He is a robot cat VTuber who is definitely not here to make sure that the timeline goes in a particular way so that Skynet can become a thing. Absolutely not. That's not what he does. He's a good boy. All right, I'm going to do my outro because I just need to do that for my own mental sanity. So thank you guys very much for stopping by, whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking, whether you were just popping in and out for a quick second. Know that you were appreciated no matter what. Yeah, and this has been Chocolate Thunder, signing off. I hope that you're having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it might happen to be for you. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time that might happen to be for you, I hope that you have a very restful night. We're going to go say hi to 4D Callie. Make sure to give him lots of love. I will see you guys next time. And this is WillSleepsNot, signing off. Cheers, everybody.